Hello. Welcome to the absolute infinite now, right here. Ah! Last time I explored the infinite now, I found my co-host. That's the voice that's the being in me that writes my script when I'm about to say something public, the part in me that keeps rehearsing what I want to say. And that turns into a script. And I felt trapped by it most of my life. And yesterday, the word that comes to mind is I caught it. That could work. So I caught it. I gave it a seat at the table as my co-host. So you can't see him. He's back there doing his thing. So when he gives me a script, before I would have just two choices, right? Speak the script or have to throw away the script and try to improvise the moment. And the problem is, see, even now, this script writer in me knows what I'm about to say because he's inside my head, and he gives me a script right as I'm talking. And the thing that I was wanting to say turns into a script, and then it's like, oh, do I speak that script or because it doesn't feel in the moment. And I'm looking at that point right now. I am playing around with the absolute infinity of this moment. I know for a fact that the past no longer exists except as a memory, as experience that can inform me on what to do with this one infinite moment. I am preparing to drive 10 hours to attend a wedding, so I should be doing that. Should. And I am also here. Should, right? The plan. What I should be doing. It's a very heavy word. I have feelings that are jumping ahead of me right now. It is testing out and critiquing the ideas that want to come out. So I'm shifting to a meta frame. So I'm just playing around with the infinite now. It's very subtle. One of the natures is the speed in which I'm talking. And I'm practicing staring straight into the infinity that is the spot on the camera. This infinite black hole. I can see myself just a little below it, but it's the practice of being in right relationship. So there. Just a wave of something underneath the surface. Self-consciousness. Okay. The thoughts that's coming to my mind right now is to let go of all emotional effort to truly honor this infinite now moment. The script has more things to say on it, but it kind of ran blank. The script started out saying to honor this infinite moment. Let's go in, let's go to improvise mode. There's a part of me that is self-conscious of my voice, and I want to practice a professional speaking voice. I want to practice intentional control. Okay. The notes that are in my head right now are that I used to feel like if I tried to control my voice, then that would be false and inauthentic. But just like a singer, they practice, they practice, practice, practice. And why am I limiting myself of what I can and cannot do? This is my life. This is my voice. I can train it if I want to. I want to make it sound smoother, more pleasant to myself when I hear it. That is the goal, not for anyone else, because I imagine I am also me. Anyone who hears me. I'm doing myself a service by training my own voice. And in the book, Never Split the Difference, um, they talk about the late night DJ voice. So that's what I am working on intentionally. That's what's, and I have a little bit of itch in my nose. There is a freak out in my emotions. Okay, so here I am. Last time, I differentiated the script voice from me, and I gave that co host a seat at the table. And that's actually the first time I've created that metaphor, that imagery, and I gave that part of me a seat at the table. So, okay, I'm feeling effort, but I'm not sure why. Let's keep letting it go. I'm right here. It's improvised. I can speak far faster, I can speak slower. I can control my speed. I can control my tone. I can control my distractions. Okay, so here I am. Last time I was working on turning myself back into a single dot. of pure essence. I'm not my body. I have a body. I can control it. I'm not my thoughts. The words in my head. Ah, it's tricky. Let's call this my thoughts. There's my actions, my physical actions. That's kind of what I was drawing here. My single dot of essence, independent of how I feel, independent of the thoughts that automatically arise in my brain. I think it's freeze now. That's what's going on. When I'm not doing anything, it is freeze. Or is it presence? And I don't feel I don't feel there's a feeling I'm going for that is being in the now. Oh, okay. So here is a question I can ask while we play within this infinite absolute now. Again, these thoughts just keeps bubbling up. Where they come from, some of it feels like it's coming from me. This me. Or is it this me? There's a head me that's like monitoring things. Are you the producer? It feels kind of like it. So I'm using my own feelings to reach in and seeing if there's a resonance. No. And then there's, whew, and then, okay. There are waves. And I am this dot inside. Mm. A little bit of chills there. So, ooh, when I think about the dot, even when I see it here, I'm getting this sense of chills. I'm getting a little embarrassed, which means I'm seeing the world from a simulated outside observer. It's like, ah, somebody's seeing me. Part of me is modulating my voice, voice, tone, and volume. And then there's the speed, breath, posture, speed, and emotional effort, effortless action. Ooh, okay. Mm. The sequence just there. Do I have to mention every sequence? There's 3 or 4 voices layered right now. Mm. So let's see if I can deconstruct it. Mm. There's the meta voice. That's what I use to get out of freeze. I simply describe the freeze and I'm no longer in the freeze, so meta. Describing what's happening right now. Because I get stuck and I describe being stuck and I'm instantly in the meta frame instead of being the stuck frame. There is, I want to perform. There's like a performer. Like when I'm feeling like I'm being really entertaining. Right here. I want to be a performer. Da 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 tap da 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 da. Ah, that's what's been hiding. I think I secretly want to be a good performer. And I am shy. Let's just say it. There's a shy me. No, I can't do it. I can't. Oh, there's a little baby me. I love you, baby me. I love you. 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 I'm just seeing this guy right here, and there's just a part of me that's just like so happy. Like, sure, I'll tap dance. I don't care. Just having fun. This is one, the character one. Okay, so here is the secret numbers that I've been playing around with. Secret code is -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. And I think I'm going to change. Nope, nope, that's the wrong one. Ah, yes, that is the right one. There's a line right here. I don't know what that actually means in math, but this is how I use it. -1 is all my down energetic self. He's in a hole. He feels really bad. He's self-conscious. He's shy. There's 0, the single dot that is me. It doesn't matter if it's up or down. I am still here. I'm still conscious. The one that has been missing for a long time, that only is able to peek out occasionally, is 1. The opposite inverse energy of the -1. The playful, energetic, excited child self. Oh, chills. Oh, mm. 2, 2 and 3 is this equation. Know what to do and do it. That talks about all success in life is I just need to know what to do and just do it. I think this includes emotions. If I knew what to do with my emotions and I simply did that thing, then I don't know where I was going with that. So, knowing what to do is is A to B. That's two things, two locations, where I am, where I want to go. Three is the act of getting there. Three is always still the now. It's the one step. It is A to B. That's two locations. Three is every single step that I take towards my goal. Every step. One step. So this is always in the now. The journey is the destination. So I have arrived in this one moment. I know. Disappointing, isn't it? Wait, this is it? I'm disappointed too. I know. Yep, this is it. This is it. This is what we got. No. And yes, this is it. And better things are coming. Hopefully. But it's not guaranteed. See that my what is that? The lawyer, the disclaimer. Oh, don't get too excited. Nothing is guaranteed. You could lose everything at any moment. Thanks. At the same time, this is it. I have arrived, even if I don't feel it. There is nowhere else I can be. My brain's trying though right now. It's like, oh yeah, I can be anywhere else. Like, okay, okay. It's still running in the now. And that felt like a script. Okay, so if I feel like a script, then what? I don't feel authentic. Then what? Why does that feel inauthentic? I am reading a script. Why does that feel inauthentic? I'm looking straight at my shadow right now. So I'm giving it time. When I challenge, I don't like to use that word. I'm not challenging, I'm questioning. I am inviting my shadow self to look at itself. Why am I limiting myself? Why must I be in this moment? I hear the words. This moment is all that exists. If I'm reading a script, it's also the moment that ever exists. I don't need to, but I don't remember the things I want to say. Last time, yesterday, I worked out that If I'm pretending I'm speaking off the cuff and I'm not, that is pretending. And yet, that's a side tangent. Come back to the main one. Side tangent is I'm pretending when I'm masking, and that's part of fear doing its best. And now I'm down a side rabbit hole. Okay. Breath. Speed. Letting go of emotional effort. Controlling my tone and speed. Letting go of emotional effort. Getting flashes of script. 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 Okay, let's get that back. That crash. Okay. My goal is to play within the infinity of the absolute now. Play within the infinity of the absolute now. Everything in my life has accumulated to this one moment. Something feels different, doesn't it? Every single thing in my life has accumulated to this one moment. If this one moment was the most significant moment of my life, what could it be? There's a script running through my head, and I can name off the suggestions. Is it learning to look into the camera? Is it finding the one? Is it finding my negative one and giving it the sweetest hug? I love you. I love you. I love you. You can feel as deeply as you want. You can feel as deeply as you want, negative one. That's your job. Uh, the play voice is saying, I don't want that job. It's like, I don't know what to say to that. I don't know what to say to that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's been a real rough ride. Oh man, it's like one of those roller coasters. Just like, man. Cat, some of the things that are running through my brain is I am infinity playing small. So I can know what being itsy teeny tiny uh, freeze and script is what's running through me right now. Just give. Okay. I am infinity playing small. Oh, there's a script in my head, and I'm letting go of it. Back here. If I'm reading the script, why am I not? Then there's something that I want that is not in the script. That's what it is. There's something, there's something, there's something, something, and it's pointing me to here. There's something in the now that I don't get when I'm reading a script. Mm, that's a freeze with multiple competing voices. Okay, come back to the now. Come back to the infinity dot. Come back to all the universes that I'm connected to. The imaginary audience. I can't see you. I'm imagining who's out there. Maybe nobody. Maybe everybody. Maybe in the future, somebody's going to see this, all of it. Okay, so the imaginary audience. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, here's the imaginary audience. Imaginary All the Hi. Hello. George, is that you? How did you get inside that infinity horizon? That's it. That's as as far as my improv is allowing me. Okay. There's my body. Let's not forget that. And all the sensations. Okay. Body sensations. My visual field. My auditory field. Sounds. Sensations. The five senses. Everything coming in. Everything going out. In, out. That was always an option. Improv. I can make up scenes, I can make up stories. That was always an option. Once upon a time, there was a castle named the Black Castle, and it stood at the end of time. That's it. That's the whole story. The show notes just popped up. Remember, everything I'm doing right here exists within the infinite now. The infinite, absolute now. Everything in my life has accumulated to this moment. If this was the most significant moment of my life, why? Okay, that activates presupposition. Ooh, 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 ooh. If, I'm not saying it is, if this moment was the most significant moment of my life, how could it be? Maybe somebody sees it and gives me a job offer later, or I haven't pitched my ideas, so nobody can buy in. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, that's all interesting. Give me 1 second. But this question, this one question activates the improv games. What if? What if this moment was the most significant moment of my life. Why? What if? I'm not saying it is, right? But what if this one moment was absolutely the most significant moment of my entire existence? Every single thing I've ever done has led up to this one moment. Why? How could that be? Justify. This is how improv works. It's like create a random emotion and then justify it afterwards. Sad, right? I'm sad about this Apple Pencil because it has the tiniest delay versus me writing with a mechanical pencil. So, what if this moment was the most significant moment of my life? Why? It could be because it will lead to someone, see the hearing my pitch, which I haven't done, and saying, I'm going to fund that venture. I've made no pitch, so it couldn't be possible, which means I backtrack, which means I need to have a pitch. And that's why this moment is the most significant moment of my life. And then, what if I did that again tomorrow? And the next day, the next day? And what if today was the most significant moment of my life is because I found this statement and I asked it over and over, and it's most significant because it was the most meta significant moment of my life. Because I keep asking if this moment was the most significant moment of my life, how could that be true? It started me to asking this question. If it was the most significant, oftentimes this is why. Like, I had this big aha moment, or I quit, drinking forever, or like I had this big aha, I met this person, my soulmate, like all these reasons. Like, why is it the most significant moment of my life? Because because this because this one moment is infinitely in the now. This moment will always be here no matter how much it changes. It's not this video. Every content changes around it. And that's the infinite now. That's the 0 point in this 0, -1, 1, 2, 3. It is right here. 0 is the ground to everything. Okay, so it has highlighted that I need a pitch. What am I pitching? The self-coaching revolution. My self-coaching revolution, I am running the EMU code, Enlightened Mastery Universe. It is an operating system, the mental operating system That includes enlightenment and mastery. Enlightenment is emotional. Mastery. Mastery is about life achievements. Achievement. Knowing what to do and doing it. Enlightenment is about the entire essence of how it feels when we're doing those things. So, first, we figure out what do we need to do. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Health, wealth, relationships, and life purpose. We ask ourselves, what's the basic health, wealth, relationships? That's one. What leads to that? That's two. Mental, emotional, physical. Job, career, or business. Second order, wealth. Community is second order, relationships. Three is what's the highest game I can play in each of these arenas. Health, a fully embodied spirituality. Wealth, life purpose, and financial bodhisattva. Relationships, all shadow work. All one, all me, basic self-defense, community self-defense, boundaries, judgments as shadow work. Health, wealth, relationships. This gets us above this line, deficit needs line. Then afterwards, you can go play, you can invest in art, you can invest in science, you can do self-actualization or collective actualization. It's not like we have to wait until this is all solidified before we do those things, but we do need to solidify this. And once we do, we will pretty much have all the time in the world to do everything else. To do a project that is worthy of our being and that will force us to grow, because if it wasn't that big, we would have already had it. Like being on a video, it used to be extremely hard, but now here I am. So A to B, as we're going, this is the science of success. Why we don't just go from A to B, because we don't have a B, or as we're walking up, we fell into the emotional C, and we don't realize it, and we're just spinning and spinning. And so we want to feel better, and we turn on a movie, and that is a trauma shield. And now we're stuck in here, hiding from our emotions. So we go up here, do what we have to do, invest the free time appropriately, and then enjoy life, sleep, and reset. Or we're going up the hill, up the mountain, and we fall into one of these four crevasses. And they match the four primary emotions. So this is the whole EMU. Distraction, desire. Distraction, I want to do a lot of things. Get distracted. Fear means I never even start. Once I start, then it's called overwhelm. It's like, I don't know if I can do it. Just keep going, keep going. Okay. Let's say I'm not overwhelmed anymore. I keep going. At some point, I would be bored, but I haven't seen the results yet. That's the Death Valley. Like you're stuck between overwhelm and boredom, and then we do anything else, distraction, and we feel fear and we get washed out. We never quite make it, even though it could be so close. And the goal is right here. We're getting paid. The journey is the destination. We're not waiting until we get to the very end to celebrate. Every single step we celebrate. So today, this moment, I'm playing with the infinite now. And I asked myself the question, what if this moment was the most significant moment of my life? How could that be? And anything I make from that question, anything, is the way. So, um, and this led me to saying, hey, I need to make a pitch so that somebody sees me in the future. Like, yes, I'm going to invest in that idea. So this is, okay. But the bigger idea is soon we're going to have AI that is way smarter than what it currently is. There's going to be glasses, and you are either for AI, a lot of people are against AI, that's okay. I am a hyper excited. I want to get ahead of it. I want to create a self-coaching program where I teach myself how to self-coach. I teach someone else how to self-coach, and we test out this self-coaching operating system, mental operating system. And then we're going to use that operating system to power the self-coaching, like this is the phone. And in the future, we're just going to give it access to all our data, the ones who are brave enough to do so. Not, it's optional, you don't have to do it. But I want to just give it all my data and be like, okay, tell me what I need to do. Know what, so I know what to do and do it. And then I would have a dashboard of my entire life, of everything. Okay? And it's only possible because I have this visual framework that can store massive amount of information. This is experiential, physical, emotional, social, and symbolic. So a map. Okay. That so we're gonna have a dashboard of, maybe a to-do list. Our calendar could be here. We have the stats of our life, where we are, health, wealth, relationship, the dimensions of our reality, etc., etc. And maybe these are the, um, whatever, maybe the calendar is here, and these are the social. Ooh, okay, so the interface. I want to be building the future interface for AR. Augmented reality, AI, for the self-coaching revolution, where we each have our personal AI. That is the vision. Powered by the Enlightened Mastery Operating System, EMOS. Okay, that sounds cool. Yes, the Enlightened Mastery Operating System. I hold the frameworks. I'm not the best at programming or design. This is the vision. And because I work by first principles, I am tracing the experience of existence from the inside. We're never going to get away from the single dot of action we're doing in this one moment, right? So it's these kind of insights that I've compiled that even if other people are competing, there is no competition. The demographics is, what is it, 7, 8 billion. Every single person needs to understand this operating system. And this is just my version of it. This is the EMOS, Enlightened Mastery Operating System for life. Other people have their own, Tony Robbins and um, other people. Other life coaches have their own ways to do it. This is the one I built for myself to pull myself out of a very deep, dark, emotional hole that I'm still kind of in. It still blocks me from a lot of things. And simply acknowledging it is huge. Yep, it's there. Yep, when it gets activated, I can't speak. There's nothing in my brain. I feel dumb. That's why I'm here, talking to myself, looking at the dot that is infinity, that's the universe, that is me. All my fears and phobias are self created. I am afraid of myself. I am afraid of myself. I am afraid of myself. And I'm here because of a massive amount of childhood traumas. I figured out why. All of it. It is because when I moved to the United States when I was 6, I lost everything. Every single thing that a child could have lost. Well, short of my parents, my immediate family. I had language challenges, anxiety, phobias, disconnection. It just all snowballed from there. So I'm reaching to the center of my childhood traumas. And it's because I lost everything. And it didn't seem like it because I still had family and but my entire universe shrunk. And that's okay. That's led me to this moment. Everything in my life has led me to this moment. To creating EMU, to playing with the absolute now, to asking the question if this moment was the most significant moment of my life, why? Because I found that question, that presupposition, that improv prompt. And I am starting to develop my pitch. It's a little rough, you know. What if you could see your entire life on one page? What if you could see your entire life on one page? The one page dashboard, the one page mind, page life, the one page dashboard, dashboard, powered by AI. It's coming. It's most AI is great at deducing patterns, and we just give it everything, and nothing in our data is that unique. We just gotta let that go. We are so similar. At least that's how I see it. Everybody can play the game differently. So, we're coming up on an hour. Just crossed it. So, in summary, I was playing around with what would it be to play around with the absolute infinite now? And so, there's so much here. There's the me that's speaking. There's the narrator that keeps writing a script for me. It's like, stop writing a script for me. Mm. There's the meta voice, which allowed me to get out of freeze mode. I found the one, the child self that is the inverse of the negative self. There's a lot of things I can do. I can whistle, I can make animal noises, I can tell stories. I'm not very good at that, but I can. Well, it's a muscle. I identified the imaginary audience that I'm speaking to. Just because it's imaginary doesn't mean you're not real. I just have no idea who you are. My brain's like, I know who you are. You're me in different life. You know what I mean. Okay. And then I asked the question, well, what if this one moment was the most significant moment of my life? How could that be true? We're just making it up. I'm not saying it's true. And by making it up, we could turn it into truth. And then we could ask this question again tomorrow and the day after and the day after. Like, think about that. Every single moment is the most significant moment of our life because it is the moment of now. It is the only moment where we can do anything. And then I imagine, well, what if somebody saw this and was saying, like, I want to fund that idea? It's like, I didn't give any idea. Exactly. Give a pitch so I can support it. It's like, okay, imaginary audience, I will. So imagine I take everything I and put it onto a platform. It is both a on-the-ground movement. It's a self-coaching revolution. I learned how to do it myself. I learned how to teach someone else. I learned how to teach them to teach someone else. Then I have a movement. The fundamental principles, I will turn it into an AI project. And once we have augmented reality glasses, everything is just going to lock in so much. We're going to have a dashboard of be able to see everything in our life, and we will know what to do, and then it will be gamified, right? So the plus one, there's we're gonna have games. We can play games like Pac-Man. It's like we can see the value instantly increasing, our health, our wealth, our relationships. It's gonna be gamified. When we feel bad, we're gonna turn it into like a dungeon level. Be like do emotional strength training, and there is no demographics, there's no size limit because every human being who lives requires this. So this is the self-coaching revolution, a coaching agency and a AI speculative um, think tank. I don't know. I'm just saying stuff now. So, okay. Anyways, that's my show for today. Thanks for listening, because if you can hear this, then you must be listening. If you can't hear this, then it doesn't matter. So therefore, you must be listening, or I'm talking to nobody, and I'm just talking to myself. Did I just call myself nobody? And that's not an insult, because nobody, nothing is everything. It is the finger that points nowhere and points everywhere. So if I'm talking to nobody, I am talking to universe. I'm talking to myself. And that is the sacred loop. Anyways, I love you all. Until next time. And I may be back tomorrow, or I may be back until next week. I may be driving. Maybe I'll do something on the road. I don't know, but we shall see. Okay? I love you all. Since you are all me, I love myself. As awkward as that sounds, I'm going to say it. I love myself because I want myself to survive and thrive. That's what love means to me, is the desire for that which I love to survive and thrive. Okay, I love you all. Until next time. Let's end on this one.